Hi, good morning. I know this lighting is awful and I'm so sorry. I'm Dina. I am a 40-year-old living downtown Toronto, and today I start training for the Chicago Marathon. I'm 40 weeks out. 40 weeks out. The Chicago Marathon is October 12th. I am a plus-sized gal. I have fibromyalgia. I have asthma. I have PTSD. I'm not actually supposed to run. According to my doctors, running is one of the worst things I can do for fibromyalgia. But here we are. This is what we're doing. I have been putting off this run all morning. It's not even morning anymore. Like, I've been putting it off so much that it is now 12:30. So it's time. My coach has very specifically told me, listen, it's not about how fast you run right now, it's just about volume. So he's given me run for 45 minutes, that kind of a thing. That's what I'm doing today. I'm running for 45 minutes and it's just about building the volume. He said he's gonna kick my ass about time eventually, but not yet. So here we are. We're starting today. I have been, if you've watched any of my other vlogs, you'll see like I've been very sedentary for the last 4 months. I hiked the Inca Trail back in August, which is 4 days of hiking. 3 of those days you're hiking 8 to 10 hours a day, lots of elevation, and you go up to 14,000 feet. So that took me out. That took me out, and then I was sick. I was sick for like 4 months. Couldn't stop coughing. And so I took some time. I also found out some really awful family news in that time, and so I've just been processing. Now, here's the funny thing about running is anytime I lace up to go for a run, I have anxiety. I have anxiety about the run, but as soon as I start running, that anxiety goes away. Weird. I run for mental health. It's one of the reasons why I run. So it's weird that the thing that helps me out the most, besides being on an antidepressant and my therapist, is the thing that causes me a lot of anxiety. But I gotta do it. I've signed up for the Chicago Marathon. I got in. What's happening to my voice? And it's my first major. I've only done one other marathon in the past. My only goal is to finish. That's it. That's it. So I gotta go get this run in. We'll talk soon. Good morning. It's the next day. The run went really well though. The run went really well. Close here. Hey baby. The run went extremely well. Better than I thought it would. I did 2 minutes of warm up and then I ran for 41 minutes straight, which I haven't done in a very long time. So I was very, very proud of that. Then I went to work. I work in the evenings. So today, same deal. It's funny because my Garmin told me that I'm supposed to have a rest day today because I'm overreaching, and I'm 1 out of 100. I'm 1% ready to work out today. So today's going to be a pretty chill workout. I have a lower body focus workout that my coach has sent me, and then I'm going to go for a swim for a total of an hour of work today, and I'm gonna get to that right away here. I also yesterday started my personalized 75 hard. So I talked about this in my reset video for January, but if you don't know, 75 hard is basically, it's a challenge that has very specific things to it, but I'm not doing 75 hard proper. I'm doing my own version of 75 hard. I don't have the time or the emotional capacity to do the official 75 hard, and just with my workouts and what I'm training for, it doesn't make sense, because in 75 hard you're supposed to do 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes each, and 1 has to be outside, and I don't have time for that. I am incorporating other bits of 75 hard into my 75 hard, so I'm cleaning up my eating. I'm eating clean, let's say, and I'm getting 10 minutes of reading in, or 10 pages of reading in. But basically 75 hard is you have things that are supposed to better your life, and then if you miss one, so like if you're on day 74 and you miss one thing, you have to restart from day 1. So I'm doing it with a friend. She has her own specific things for her. I have specific things for me. So we started that yesterday, and so far so good. There are things that I want to incorporate into my life on like moving forward for the rest of my life anyways. Simple things for me that I just don't do, like flossing, stretching before bed is very, very helpful for fibro, especially if I'm training so hard. Things like that. This week is pretty chill for me. I'm not at the theater this week. I'm only teaching. So I'm doing a lot of makeup lessons. Our recital is next week. I'm very thankful that we do our recital in January and not in December, because December is so crazy busy. So I'm doing a lot of makeup lessons this week. So it's just a heavy teaching week. But again, I'm not mad about that. I have to unpack. I actually have a weekend this weekend, which I'm really excited for. I have a Saturday and Sunday free, so I might do a little bit of exploring in the city, which I haven't done in a while, which I really enjoy. And I do need to start purging specifically my clothes. That's something that's on my list to do this year, is redo my apartment. I said in my last video, I was either going to be planning a wedding this year or redoing my apartment, so it's exactly how I want it to live in for a long time, and it's the later, and that is absolutely fine. So we need to redo some things in here, but I'm not letting myself redo anything until I do a big purge. So it's a pretty light week this week, nothing too exciting for you to witness going on. I need to practice every day because I have to play for my students and get in my workouts. This is my first full week of workouts in 4 months. So I have this feeling I'm gonna be pretty tired, but we'll do what we can. And yeah, I don't think you're gonna get a ton of exciting content this week, but I'm gonna do my best. All right, I am done procrastinating. It's not as bad as yesterday. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. So I'm gonna get going here and get my workout in, and we'll see you soon. I have to be completely honest with y'all. I did my workout today in my pajamas because I didn't want to change. I didn't want to change, and I went, let's do it. So my trainer created a lower body circuit for me that can be done with or without weights. I did it without weights today just to get a feel for it. Also, my Garmin told me that I'm overreaching and that my readiness to work out today, I think I already said this, is 1 out of 100. So I wanted to keep it a little bit lighter. That said, I was still sweating, like your girl's sweating. So that was half an hour. I need to make a full hour of working out today. Also, this is really funny. Chloe hated that I was working out. She kept attacking me. So that burnt extra calories. Not that I'm not actually allowed to try to lose weight while training for a marathon. You're not supposed to, like, you have to fuel yourself. So you're not eating in like a calorie deficit, anything like that. You gotta fuel yourself properly. So I'm not actually aiming to burn calories. That's not the goal of why I'm doing this. So I'm going to change into my bathing suit, which is one of the reasons why I worked out in my apartment today instead of going to the gym. I didn't want to haul my stuff to the gym, even though it's only a few floors lower than I am. I didn't want to. So I'm gonna change into my bathing suit. I'm gonna go for a swim. I'm gonna have a cold shower before I get in the pool. And then after the pool, I'm gonna get in the sauna. Apparently, 60 minutes of sauna a week is really helpful for recovery. So I'm aiming to do 3 sets of 20 minutes in the sauna, and I have time today. So I'm gonna try. That's the goal. I might only get 10 minutes in today, depending on how fast I get out of here, but that's what's happening. All right, see you in the pool. Part of the reason why I'm telling you guys all of this, I don't have a lot going on this week, so you're just coming along with me. My coach, I just looked, has made my training plan easier this week based off of my run yesterday. I'm not mad about it. Not mad. Also, I signed up for a consult with an osteopath. I have to fix the entire left side of my body. So that is on Thursday. We'll see how that goes. It's a 15-minute phone consult, so I don't think I have time for 20 minutes in the sauna today, but I'll do 10. It's already on. I'm gonna do like the quickest cold shower, and then I'm gonna swim for 30 minutes, and then get in the sauna for 10. And that's my day. My shoulder is causing me so much pain. So, my shoulder, years ago, I was biking to work, and I was doored into a moving taxi. Now I try not to complain about my shoulder too much because 5 seconds earlier, like, the taxi would have run me over. So I'm very thankful to be alive. But I was doored into this moving taxi, and the entire left side of my body crunched into the taxi. So I've been having issues with my shoulder ever since, and have never fully gotten it looked at because we've been dealing with other things. That's it, that was enough. The biggest thing with cold plunging is, like, that wasn't a plunge, that was a brief splashing. But the biggest thing with cold plunging is you're supposed to make sure you have that shock, that, like, you're never supposed to get comfortable with it. So that was like 5 seconds. That wasn't a lot, but it was enough for today. It was more than enough for today. I haven't been swimming in a while, and because my shoulder is not feeling the best, we'll see. I don't know. I'm not aiming for any specific length today. Like, I'm not aiming for like 500 meters or 750 meters, which is what I normally aim for. Because for a sprint triathlon, it's a 750 meters. So I'm not aiming for that today. I'm just aiming to loosen my body and feel good. Oh, my dad's calling me. My dad just called. I have to answer, you know? Yeah, anyways. He was very concerned about the fact that the dog needs eye drops, and I'm not going to be there. But he has such great neighbors that have been his neighbors for years and years. Like, some of our neighbors back at home have been there, like, since we moved in, and that was 40 years ago, you know? So they're good people, and they know each other, and they're very helpful. So he just had to ask, you know? Sometimes it's hard to ask for help, and I absolutely understand that. This is sideways, I don't care. All right. So, yeah, like I was saying, my shoulder is really sore, but before I came down here, I booked a consult with an osteopath, so we're going to start getting that taken care of, and I'm just going to do a very light 30 minutes of swimming. If you have fibromyalgia, swimming is one of the best things you can do because it's low impact on your body, but it's such a good workout. So I say this over and over and over, but if you have access to a pool, get in it. If you don't know how to swim, don't use that as an excuse. Like, find a friend who can help you, or, you know, book like 3 or 4 private adult lessons. That's what I did to learn how to front crawl, because I couldn't front crawl for the life of me, and I wanted to do a triathlon. The Y has really great resources if you have a Y close to you, the YWCA. Yeah, if you can get in for like Aquafit or something, like, those are such good things to do with fibromyalgia. So just, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now and stop procrastinating. Okay, here I go. Y'all are never gonna believe this, but it is 10 out. I'm not wearing I'm charging my Garmin. It is 10:45 and I am in bed. I'm never in bed at this time. I've decided that I'm just exhausted. It's only day 2 of training for the marathon. This angle is great. It's only day 2 of training for the marathon, but I've been so sedentary the last 4 months that it's already kicking my butt. But I'm putting in the work, and I know eventually it's going to get a little bit easier. So one thing that I'm doing as I do like my personalized 75 hard is reading, and I'm trying to do either 10 minutes or 10 pages a day, just depending on what my day looks like, minimum. And I've told myself today I'm not allowed to start any new books, and I bought 4 new books while I was home, but I'm not allowed to start any new books until I finish some of the ones that I've started. So I have a bit of a problem of commitment when it comes to books. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just been honestly, I think it's just been in the last like year or two. I get bored. I usually read 2 or 3, sometimes even 4 books at a time. But over the past year or two, I can't commit to a book, and I've been having a hard time finishing them. So there are 3 books that I need to finish before I start another book. I'm allowing myself to read any of the books that I have started, and there are more than those 3. But the 3 that I have to finish are The Distant Shores by Santa Montefiore. This is the last book in the Deverell series, and I actually really enjoy this series. I'm just having a hard time getting through this one. It has nothing to do with the book. The book is great. I don't know, I'm in a weird space with it, and yeah, it's a great book though. I am over halfway done, so that's nice. Turn Right at Machu Picchu. I'm fully enjoying this book. I am really, really enjoying this book. Not quite halfway through. I think I'm a third through, just over a third through. And then I have like 1 chapter left of David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me. And I really enjoy the book. My issue with the book is I think there are a lot of people who will read the book and take it as like Bible and be like, this is how I have to be. And while I think a lot of his mindset is great, I think there's a lot of it that could be really toxic for certain people. And so you kind of have to read it with a grain of salt. I love learning about his life. I love being inspired by him, inspired by his story, inspired by his journey. But like, I'm not about to go out and run a marathon on broken legs. I'm not just gonna like wrap it up and be like, okay, I'm good to go. You know, I do stupid things. We all know this about me. Like, neither of my triathlons, went the way that I wanted them to, though I did finish. There's a certain mindset there that's a little bit too much for me. That said, I'm able to read it with a grain of salt and not get completely swept up by it, and I find it very inspiring. I'm also reading the Magic Kingdom of Landover books. I've read the first one and I've started the second one. It's a series. It's a fantasy series. I haven't read a ton of fantasy, but I'm really enjoying this one. And then I'm looking like down over here on this little ledge that I have in my bedroom, and there's like, I started that book. I haven't started that one yet, but I want to. I started that one. Like, it's a problem. So I need to finish some books. And yeah, maybe make a list of like the books that I actually am determined to read this year. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But for now, I am gonna go to bed. Actually, I'm gonna read a little bit and then I'm gonna get to sleep. I am very tired. I'm very sore. Tomorrow I'm just doing a 30-minute easy run. Right now, our focus is volume, but also just easing me back in. I do feel a lot like I'm starting from 0 right now because I was so sedentary. And I know I keep saying that, but really, like, I feel like I am starting from 0. I know I'm not. I'm fully aware that I'm not. I have built mental strength for days. And the fact that, like, I was able to run 41 minutes straight the other day, I'm not starting from 0. When I first started running, I could run 30 seconds at a time. Like, that's it. So I'm 100% not starting from 0. I'm not. But it's just been a while. It's been a while, specifically since I like really focused on running. and I'm now suddenly running a lot. So a lot for me, because I haven't really done that much, like a ton of running since my last marathon. So that's weird to say. That's a weird sentence, which I think was only last year, wasn't it? That's crazy. No, it's 2023. Why was that so hard for me? It's not even that late. I was gonna say it's late, that's why. No, I'm just very, very tired. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna read a little bit and then get to bed. I will talk with you guys tomorrow. Okay, make a great night. Bye. Hey y'all, I am in the sauna. It is, I clearly didn't work out. I'm like just in a t-shirt and some shorts. It's Wednesday, January 8th. I was supposed to do a short run today, but I'm just feeling so tired. I have kind of the trifecta happening right now. Sorry, not sorry. I'm ovulating. My period's gonna hit next week. And in that time, I am always exhausted. Like I'm beyond. I didn't sleep very well while I was in Alberta. Just worried about my dad, worried about the dog, etc., etc. Not my bed, you know, these things. And then coming back home to Toronto, I always like to have a day in between where I can just take care of things, get some groceries, etc. And I didn't have that this time around. So I just got straight back to work and I am exhausted. So I was in bed last night at 10:45 and I was in bed until 11 today and I slept well. So just trying to take care of me, trying to make sure I don't get sick. I'm gonna run tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be my rest day, but I pivoted. Before my phone goes into it's too hot to record mode, I wanted to talk a little bit about something. I've talked about this in previous vlogs, but I don't expect you to have watched them all. I was originally diagnosed with fibromyalgia when I was 19. I definitely had it for longer than that, but I was not an active person. I used to proudly proclaim that I was a athlete and I was a musician, not an athlete. I did by grade 9 phys ed through distance learning. Like that's how much I was not an athlete. I don't know what it felt like to run and really do things like that before I was diagnosed with constant chronic pain. When I started talking to doctors, they didn't know a lot about it because of the time that happened. There just not a lot of people had fibromyalgia at that point. And so I was given a few parameters and eventually I came to the conclusion that I should start working out, that something needed to change. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd want to run a marathon. I was told that I wasn't supposed to run, that it was one of the worst things I could do for fibromyalgia. And I get it, it's high impact and most of my pain lives in my legs. So I completely understand. And yet that made me want to do it even more. Then I had 2 friends who separately were killed in the same year in accidents while running. And that just inspired me and I did my first 5K. And I wasn't able to run the whole thing. I wasn't able to run a full 5K distance. I ran and I walked. But that and I did it by myself. I had signed up with a friend who then backed out. It was the first thing like that I had done by myself. And I went, oh, I can do hard things by myself. And it was just kind of a turning point for me. Never thought I'd want to run anything longer than a 5K, but as I started going, I finally eventually was able to run a full 5K without stopping. And then I wanted to push myself and push myself and push myself. And through working with a coach, I did my first half marathon, and then with my coach's permission, I asked if I could do a full marathon, and I did it. And then I started thinking about ways to push myself even more. And through that time, I've done through hikes and I've done triathlon and stuff like that. And it all pushes me in different ways, and it all helps my brain in different ways. Running is one of the things that helps me the most. There's something about it that really affects my brain in a beautiful way, in a way that I very much need. I do find it helps me kind of work through some things I think it ties back a little bit to EMDR therapy, which I do, which has to do with tapping, and it kind of distracts, the taps kind of distract your frontal lobe so you can access the things that are kind of hidden and buried deep down. There's that tapping when you run, right? It's the same kind of thing, and I think that it really does help me process a lot of stuff. So even though I never look forward to a run, my body actually has started to crave them. So it's kind of a cool thing. It's kind of a cool thing. And running is probably one of the few things besides dark water and triathlons that really scares me. I completed my last marathon, but I didn't complete in the same time that everyone else did. Or like, I did the distance, but I didn't do it so that I had the big finish. And that was really disappointing for me. I still got my medal. I still did the thing. I still did the distance, but I didn't get that moment. And I think that's one of the reasons why I said I want to run another one. I'm very glad that we're starting as early as we are. Like, it's January and the marathon isn't until October. My body is very tired. I'm older now. And I do think, that starting as early as we have is going to be very, very beneficial for me, because we're starting with volume building, and I think that that's huge. So I'm very thankful to be with the coach that I'm now. I hope that we continue to have a good relationship. We've just started, but so far so good. Thanks for being here with me on this journey. Hey y'all, I wasn't planning on filming today, but I'm just coming on here to say I have to go for a 30-minute run. It's just a 30-minute run. Do I want to do this? No. Did I sign up for a marathon? Yes. Will it get easier? Maybe. But maybe not. I don't know that I'm ever gonna actually actively want to go for a run. I still have so much to do around the house. Like, it's Thursday, I got home on Sunday. I still haven't unpacked. Chloe's being a perfect loaf over here, bless her. But like, I still haven't unpacked and like put anything away. That should happen today. I'm only working one of my jobs right now because there's just no work at my other job. I have to go get this run in. I have a conversation with an osteopath at 12:30 to see if we're a good fit, because the whole left side of my body just needs to be replaced. Have we talked about this? My shoulder is a massive issue. This hip is a massive issue. My back has been thrown out before. The day before my first triathlon, I completely threw out my back and did my first triathlon with a, like, I could barely walk situation. I still am not sure how I did it. That was a lot of pain. So if I can do that, I can go run for 30 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go run. I gotta do this. I gotta just get this done. Because I'm procrastinating. And why? And why? I ran for 30 minutes, kept it as light as humanly possible, and then sat in the sauna for 10 minutes, and now I'm gonna cold plunge, because I'm trying to give my body as many tools for success as possible heading into this. I know eventually the pain will subside and change into something else. And this is only gonna make me stronger. And I'm just going through the initial growing pains. I gotta clean my couch. Sorry. I'm just going through the initial growing pains of what's happening right now. So it's only been 3 days. I've taken one rest day. This already has helped me stay accountable. So I'm gonna close this off here. Thank you for being here on this journey. We are in this together. I'm not gonna show you all of my workouts. I'm not gonna complain about all of my workouts. It is my own fault that I signed up for marathon. Yeah, I don't want to complain consistently for the next year, because that's ridiculous. But getting back into it, if you have a resolution, if you are just trying to get at it and you have any sort of chronic illness, the 3 things that I recommend are swimming, walking, or talking to a trainer. And if you don't vibe with your trainer, if you don't think that your trainer is doing what's best for you. If you don't have a trainer that will like research and look into the things that are going on with you, then get a different trainer. There are so many people out there that can help you, whether it's a friend who can maybe give you a discount, or just a pal who already goes to the gym, a personal trainer that you know. A lot of people have recommendations, or just, you know, getting the courage to just go to a gym and asking. Starting is the hardest part. After starting, it's just that consistency, because especially when you have a chronic illness, when you start going and you start to feel that pain, and the pain's a little bit more elevated, it can be very easy to stop. But no matter what, across the board, even if you don't have a chronic illness, if you start to work out, yeah, it's gonna hurt. Your muscles are gonna be feeling a sort of way. That's okay. The thing to remember is just you have to keep going. You have to keep going, and eventually you'll get stronger mentally and physically, and that's the whole point. Thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe and comment. Please engage. Let me know how you're doing. Introduce yourself to me. I'd love to know who's watching my channel and engage with you. And we'll talk soon. Make it a great day.